The Honorable Sam Terence Fonda, our Deputy Prime Minister, and my other distinguished members of the Cabinet, other members of Parliament, Reverend Father Isaiah Phillip, as I mentioned before, and other distinguished members of the clergy, Mr. Lindsey Grant of the People's Action Movement, participants, boys and girls, media representatives, good afternoon to all. We are here today because we are fed up with gang violence. We are here today because we want all our neighborhoods, not just some, but all, I emphasize, to be places of peace. We are here today because you want and you need to have an impact. You want and you need to make a difference. You want and you need to come. Each and every one of you, each and every one of us. And so when I look at us here assembled at the Warner Park Football Stadium this afternoon, I do not see just marchers. I do not see just participants in this rally. What I do see really are tens and hundreds and thousands of concerned individuals ready to serve. And as true patriots, reporting for duty. And so I say welcome. Welcome to uniting and working together against crime and violence in our federation. It was at a December consultation last year on crime that my government urged the churches, the non-governmental organizations, the schools, the business community, our youth groups, our political parties, everybody in fact, to step up, to speak out, and to take a stand and to do their part. And I want today to thank the Christian Council, to thank the Evangelical Association, to thank the Chamber of Industry and Commerce for doing just that. And I thank each and every person here today who stepped right up with them, walked through the hot sun to Warner Park from the Paxialis playing field, and now assembled for this rally. Today, my fellow citizens, I have two main messages. One is for the shooters and the stabbers, and the other is for the rest of our society. To the shooters and the stabbers, I say this: you are not a law unto yourselves, and you will not hold any segment of this society hostage. My government, it has joined the forces with anti-gang and anti-crime units throughout this region and around the world. And our police and security forces will definitely identify you, our courts will try you, and the justice system will work to make sure that you feel the full force of the law here in St. Kitts and Nevis. To those who are not involved in either crime or violence, but are being pulled in that direction, I say, reach out. Reach out to the religious minister, your pastor, or a government minister or parliamentarian. Reach out to a teacher. Reach out, for God's sake, to the police or to a business person. Reach out and seek guidance as to how you might resist that downward negative pull, how you might avoid the hell that gang life always ends up being. I emphasize, reach out. And to every other national and every resident, whether you are inside this park or outside of this park, whether you are hard at work or relaxing on the beach at this time, I say this to you. You have a responsibility, a burning and inescapable responsibility to help to halt the creation of new criminals here in St. Kitts and Nevis. Let us all remember that not one of us was born as an infant or anywhere in this federation. Not one of us was born to be a gang member, a stabber, a shooter, or a killer. But something happens to these children who have turned to violent crime. They see things that young children should never see. Adults smoking, using, selling marijuana and other drugs. Adults brutalizing each other physically. They see adults involved in intimacies that should only be private. They see adults worshipping the material and ignoring that which is spiritual. They hear things children should never hear. Parents, teachers, neighbors calling them dumb or stupid. Adults boasting about wicked or criminal acts that they have committed. Adults telling their children how to be junior partners in crime. This must come to an end. They feel things that young children should never feel. Raw panic when mothers and fathers leave them by themselves all night and go off to a party and booger down. Depression, they feel depression and rage when instead of so-called getting licked, they are repeatedly brutalized. That must come to an end. Whether the child is in St. Kitts, Nevis, or is further afield, any child who sees, any child who hears and feels all these things, all of the time, they will become damaged. And the broader society will be made to pay eventually. At the same time, there are those children, both here and abroad, who never see what children need to see. Parents and neighbors really trying to be good people. Parents and neighbors valuing not only possessions, but character as well. Parents and neighbors demanding that young people control themselves and control their behavior at all times. There are the children of the wealthy and children of the poor who have never heard in their lives the following. Don't do that, because that is wrong. Be thankful for what you have. If something is not yours, leave it alone. And an A grade to cheating in your schoolwork is a mark of shame. Think of the other person's feelings first. Let us pray together. Fellow nationals and residents, and all of us assembled here, let us not think that it is only negligent parents who need to do better with their own children. Every adult in this society needs to be more active and more instructive in our dealings with children we don't even know. Because if we want the young people of St. Kitts and Nevis to follow a certain thought, we are going to have to clear the way. If we see students strolling to the Bastille or Keon or Gateway at 10:30 at night, we need to care enough to let them know that they need to be home. And if it is that they are doing so in the day, then we need to let them know that they should be in school. If we see 15-year-olds at the strip in Frigate Bay at 2 o'clock in the morning, we need to care enough to let them know that they need to be home sleeping. If we see bartenders selling alcohol to minors, we need, for God's sake, to care enough to tell the bartender that that is not right. If we see our young girls emulating the vulgarity glamorized by the media, and our young boys emulating the thug persona being peddled on television, we need to care enough to convince them that they are better than that. But if only 1 or 2 people do all the caring, all of the intervening, all of the trying, while the rest of us sit back, nothing, I emphasize, will ever get changed. The young people must hear from their left and their right, from their front and from their back, when they are running off the tracks. We today have committed ourselves to speak up. We have to instruct, because whoever is not part of the solution is in fact a part of the problem. Everybody has to make a down payment on the type of future that we want for this our beautiful country. And so, everybody has to start investing either time or money or talent or material, something, into efforts that are showing the nation's youth a different and a better way. And finally, to our young people, those of you who are blessed enough to have some solid adult somewhere guiding you, advising you, encouraging you, and keeping you on the right and straight and narrow way, fall on your knees for God's sake. You have no idea just how lucky you really are. To those who are not so lucky, I say turn to prayer as a source of comfort, as a source of strength, and a source of encouragement for us all. Turn to your school counselors for guidance and for advice. Turn to the church and its minister for stability. Turn to the Ministry of Education or the Ministry of Community Affairs or the Ministry of Sports to learn of the programs that we have that can help you. I urge this gathering of church and business community and NGOs to cooperate fully and work with the security forces, with the police. Their effects can only be that which you give as support as they do their work in the fight against crime. Let us give an applause to our security forces for the work that they continue to do. As I continue to our young people, if you have not behaved as you should have in the past, I emphasize this afternoon that the past is the past. Today, this afternoon, it marks a new day, it marks a new beginning. You must now strive to create a new you of yourself. Respect yourself, respect others, work hard, find your own conscience, be guided by it. Believe that you can be better today than you were yesterday, and work hard to make it so. May God bless us as we move forward as one people, united, working together against crime and violence. May God bless you. Thank you.